If you've heard of our farmers market before, just want to fill you in a little bit of our history and our story. For a long time, we operated out of 2,500 square feet of space at the Lions Club. You may have visited us there before. It was a bit of a tight squeeze, and we were expanding beyond that space. So in July of 2008, we moved into the old Metrobus depot on Freshwater Road. And here at the depot, we're lucky. We have 1,400 square feet of space. We have an indoor room for our farmers because, of course, farming is a very big part of the market. So it's great that they can come on rain days or days that aren't so nice. We have a community room that we rent out and allow other groups to use. We have an indoor cafe area and as well as a bigger food court area for our hot food vendors. So it really just allows us to get more local entrepreneurs in and selling their things. What you'll find at the market on any given Saturday or Sunday is farmers from all over the Avalon Peninsula. So we've had as many as 16. A diverse range of both traditional and international foods. So we have a waffle lady, we have someone who does cabbage rolls, we have someone who does like gourmet grilled cheese, and then we have folks that kind of alternate. So we have Jamaican food, Ethiopian food, Mexican food, Syrian food, and Thai food. So depending on the day, you can see any different group of those vendors here. Prepared food and specialty foods such as baked goods, granolas, soups, and jams. And again, all of these are made by folks here in Newfoundland, which I think is pretty amazing. High quality crafts and art, so woodworking, jewelry, prints, and paintings. And I did mention before, of course, that we have our community room. So that's where we try and offer workshops on Saturdays. So you could see cookie decorating, gardening. We have drag story time there sometimes and cooking. And then if you ever drive by us on Freshwater Road on a Saturday, you might see some yoga or dance or live entertainment happening outside as well. So as with our volunteer program, there are many different roles that our volunteers may be asked to help us out with. One of them is managing our market store. So we're looking for volunteers that are free on Saturday and able to come in and just help out with these things. So our market store is, we have a spot where we sell St. John's Farmers Market bags and t-shirts, aprons, things like that. It's also kind of the first point of entrance when folks come into the market. So it's a kind of a first friendly face that they see. So someone to talk to and sell anything we have at our market store, as well as answer any questions about where a vendor may be located. Creating community activities and assisting with community room activities. So one thing that we have started to do in the last couple of weeks is just offer kind of informal drop-ins to families on the Saturday in our community room space. So we might do like a craft or some baking or kind of theming an activity around a certain thing on a certain day. And we're looking for people that want to come in and help kids that are dropping in to participate in those activities, or maybe have some really good ideas of something that could be offered. And then set up and tear down with community room after workshops, and then with any vendor support. So if vendors have a question or a favor, they need help with anything, that's a big part of our volunteer role as well. One thing that's really great about the market is that we have the same folks kind of coming back week after week or every couple of weeks as a vendor, and you get to become part of a really great group and a really great organization that's doing really awesome work. And it feels like you're contributing to such a cool enterprise and somebody starting up their business. So it's really great to be able to help them. And finally, how to get involved with the farmers market. So if you are interested in volunteering with us, we have just started accepting volunteers again. So our email is volunteer@sjfm.ca, and that just comes directly to me. And from there, you'll just have to fill out an application form and come in for an orientation. And that's all about the St. John's Farmers Market.
Awesome. Thank you, Morgan. So we do have a question here from the audience. What are the hours of operation for your Saturday that you mentioned?
Yeah, so from Saturday, we operate from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. We usually, if we have volunteers looking to come in for the morning, we ask them to come for 8:30. if they're going to start at that 9, but anytime kind of throughout the day is fine. But our actual hours of operation are 9 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Wonderful.
And sorry, I should clarify that no one's expected to come for the whole day. I get it. There's other stuff on the go. So like a couple hours here and there, if you're interested and that's all you can get in for, that works as well. We can certainly work around everyone's schedule.
Wonderful. And what was the email to email you folks again?
Yeah. So it is volunteer, volunteer at sjfm.ca.
Wonderful. I'm going to put that in the chat here. Perfect. And one question, how long does it take generally for your application process to go through?
Probably just a few days right now. So I usually, I get them and I can get back to the person usually within 24 hours.
Wonderful. And is there any sort of background checks or anything like that that would take some time that are required for the application?
No, nothing's like that required. No.
Wonderful.
And we do offer an orientation every Saturday. So if someone's not able to make the one because we do have one coming up this Saturday, if you're not able to make that, I do make sure to offer them every week as well.
Wonderful. Thank you. So next question, the workshops that you mentioned, are those free to the public? Is there any sort of membership? Do you pay when you arrive? What does that look like?
So it depends on what the workshop that's being offered is. If it's one that the farmers market is offering that we're going to run kind of as volunteers, it's by donation. So it is free. And if folks want to donate, they are welcome to. And then some of our workshops that are run by, say, crafters or other groups have the option if they want to charge or not, but those are promoted outside of the farmers market. So they're run by other people.
Awesome. Thank you. And what's the minimum number of hours generally required for volunteers?
Again, I'm very flexible with that. I usually like for people to be able to come in for like an hour or two every Saturday. However, I understand that that's not possible. So I usually just say an hour. Great.
Wonderful. And do you predetermine a schedule or do you just kind of tell folks to show up whenever they can?
Yeah, so the way it works is that I'll send out for folks availability kind of for 2 weeks in advance. So right now I'm planning for October 3rd and October 10th. I'll send out and get everyone's availability. And from there, I'll make a schedule for 2 weeks.
Awesome. Thank you. So I'm going to put it to the audience to see if there are any more questions for Morgan. Again, thank you so much, Morgan, for joining us here today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Of course. We seem to have a lot of interest from the audience, so I'm sure you'll be getting a couple emails today.
Great. Yeah, it's a great time. I've actually only been working here for a few weeks myself, but I can say that it's a really great environment to spend your Saturdays at in terms of high energy and community, and just being able to see people starting their businesses here is definitely a rewarding experience.
Absolutely. The farmers market is like its own little magic place. So
it is for sure.
So we have a question. Is there a place that folks can access these slides afterwards? So we actually are recording this. Morgan, do we have your permission to post it up on our website?
Sure.
Wonderful. All right. So we will be posting this up on our website. It'll probably be in a day or so once we are able to compile all the videos and get them put up. But you'll be able to see Morgan's slides from there. Thank you, Morgan.
Yeah, thank you.
And I guess just one question of curiosity that I have. So I guess the farmers market traditionally is filled with lots of people. And given the situation that we currently find ourselves in with COVID-19, I'm just kind of wondering how, I guess, the farmers market is operating now, given, I guess, the capacity might be a little less.
Yeah, so we actually took quite a bit of time to kind of figure out how it made the most sense to open post-COVID. So we do operate at a limited capacity that we would usually have. So if you're ever driving by the market on a Saturday, you might see a line that you probably haven't seen before. And that's because we are operating at a lower capacity. But we've got a lot going on kind of behind the scenes with staff, making sure that the number of people coming in is right, and we're keeping track of everyone that's leaving so we can still get folks in and experiencing the market as quickly as possible. But we are kind of aware of what what our numbers are and how we can, sanitize everything and keep everything as clean as possible when its own little magical place while being safe, of course.
Absolutely. So are the number of vendors still the same as they were, or has that
Yeah.
decreased as well?
No,
Wonderful.
so we are able to still have the same number of vendors. What you'll see if you come in here on a Saturday now is like a barrier set up between each space, each vendor. Usually they would have all just kind of crammed into the space, but what our market manager has been able to figure out is how to kind of get the same number of people in and then still be 6 feet apart.
Wonderful. That makes me so happy because I was nervous, I
Yeah.
guess, that the number of vendors was going to decrease. But it's really
No.
awesome that you folks managed to figure that out.
Yeah, yeah, we're very lucky.
Wonderful. So it doesn't look like there's any more questions left here in the chat. Do you have anything else you'd like to say, Morgan, before we conclude here today?
No, I think that's everything. I look forward to hearing from some folks.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Morgan, for joining us today, especially at this early time at 9:30. We appreciate everything you've said here today, and we'll be sure to put this up on our website because there are some folks who are in class right now and unable to join. But hopefully you'll get some emails from some wonderful student volunteers here at Memorial. And again, thank you so much for joining.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you.